day, girls of your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning, Frederick.
Oh, whoops, I jumped out of that too soon. Good morning, Frederick. I was trying to get everything sorted so you could see everything, including me. How are you today? I'm Dani Gurrie. Today is Wednesday, January 14th. And this is Good Morning Frederick, a show all about Frederick, the people, the events, the happenings, the businesses that make our community so phenomenal. Hope you're having an amazing morning so far. It's kind of gray and weird outside. I guess we're in winter, though. I can't really say much different. On our show today, we're going to have our morning roundup with Bob and AJ. This gives you kind of like what's happened while you were sleeping, or maybe what's going on right now or happening soon. I'm going to go over what's happening in Frederick because this town is known for its amazing events, and we have a lot of them all the time, even in the winter. Not as many in the winter as we do in the summer, but there are tons of things happening. And then we've got some interviews live in studio today. Gretchen Eisenberg joins us from Gretchen Made It. She's got some always really cool items that she has created and is selling. And then Anne and Amy are going to join us talking about the Red Horse Fundraiser, which is this Sunday at the Woodsboro American Legion. And we would invite you to join us and lots of other people in raising money for the Red Horse. All right. Buy the Good Morning Frederick merch, and Relay for Life and American Cancer Society gets the proceeds. Their Relay for Life event comes up in May at FCC, and we want to help them out too. So you can come get a t-shirt, a cup, some chapstick stickers. You can drop $5, get some cool stuff, and American Cancer Society Relay for Life is the beneficiary. All right, it's hump day, so let's get rolling.
Sponsored by Fusion Car Wash. Now with 2 locations in Frederick to serve you. One on Spectrum Drive near the FSK Mall, which is a full-service location. And TJ Drive with self-serve vacuums. Download the free Fusion Car Wash app and sign up for a monthly membership. And you can keep all your cars clean daily. FusionCarWash.com.
All right. Bob Miller and AJ are in the studios. Let's find out what's going on in our morning roundup.
It's time for the Morning Roundup with Dani, Bob, and Randy. Here to get you caught up with everything you missed overnight on Good Morning Frederick.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is sponsored by The Healing Storm. Shannon and her team strive to create an environment where you're seen, heard, and valued. The Healing Storm focuses on alternative, holistic healing methods to relieve your stress and pain. Massage therapy, Reiki, lymphatic massage, and a healing journey program. Check out thehealingstorm.com for all the details and to schedule an appointment today. Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Can't they just give me a shot there at the Healing? Just give me a shot. I got pain.
You got pain. She'll take care of your pain. Let me just tell you, they do all kinds of stuff there. I go, Randy, AJ goes, Mama Cone goes. We're all big clients of Healing Storm.
Yeah. And
Bob, it's not like the old days when when something would happen, you'd get a shot and you'd be better. It's a little more complicated these days.
Yeah. A little spit, a little mud, put it on there, and off we go.
Plus, we're old. We hurt ourselves just like getting out of bed in the morning. So, you know.
I do have. I apologize for not being here yesterday. It's my fault. I was hungry, and I went down to Roy Rogers and got something to eat. I got back, opened up my sandwich, was like in mid chew, and went, oh well.
Food before anything.
That's right. And the other thing I have a complaint about is the new employee that we have here at WFMD and WFRE. His name is AJ Randall.
Yes.
Now look, I think the guy's great. I love him to death. But the fact that he walks in and has those scantily clad women holding up the signs that says AJ is here, and that you're supposed to throw roses out in front of his feet, I have to sweep that stuff up.
It's like the girls at the boxing matches between rounds.
Right.
Yeah, he does.
AJ, 3 o'clock. AJ, 4 o'clock.
I thought it was going to be because I'm sure Frank and the guy that we do afternoons together, because I sometimes am a little loud over there. And I remember what you said when I was at WFMD with the people in the other room were a little. So I actually
now you're one of them.
I did. I was cranking it. I think you saw the TikTok where I was singing really loud. Then I turned it down, and one of them, the other guy came in and he introduced himself. And
that would be Tim. I keep telling you,
Tim. Thank you. Yes, Tim.
Yeah, don't cross Tim.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said hi and introduced himself, but I think he was kind of saying as well, hey, man, turn the effing music down, bro.
Well, he's a pastor, so I don't think he would say the F word.
No.
I'm
trying to tell him.
Unless he was saying, free him from his sins. I don't know anything else he would say.
No, but you know what? So I afterwards, I said, oh my gosh, I got to be cognizant that I'm not the only one in here. So for the rest of the day, I did have it down low. So
just so you know, Tim May and I don't think Tim used to own the Frederick Falcons.
Oh, okay.
His dad was the one who started Frederick Midget League.
Yeah. Was it Bob May?
Well,
Bob May.
Bob May.
Yeah. I thought it was George May.
Or George May. George.
George May.
Yeah.
George or Bob.
That's who our dad took over after George May.
Our dad did take over.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I
was like 30 years.
Yeah, people would always say, where did you, because they would always get confused because they would want to say Little League, but it was literally called Frederick Midget League Football. Yep. How crazy were the 80s when you could call somebody a bunch of midgets, and that was on shirts. I have it on trophies.
Well, I played for the Colts. We didn't get trophies.
I played for the Bears and the Packers. We won some, but not a lot.
Yeah, I had a coach. They have come to find out that his nickname was Beer Belly Benny.
Well, as long as he wasn't drinking during the game.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot, though, for somebody who lived in Woodsboro to come into Frederick, to play football. That was a lot for my mom to do. And one time my mom, and God bless her, she left me in Baker Park because that's where we practiced. Down by where the FRE has the the country stage.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there like at 9 o'clock at night on a bench, just scared to death. I'm like, I'm probably 9 or 10 years old. And I'm like, good
in the
Lord.
City. You were in the city.
It never dawned on you to tell an adult that you're probably something happened?
Back in those days, I mean, the coach didn't even stay. He was like, he's going to hit the bar.
That's crazy because my dad used to drive kids home, used to pick kids up, used to get everybody sorted. So that wouldn't happen. But
my mom was at the library and forgot all about me.
Well, I've been forgotten too at TJ. And back then, no cell phones.
Nope.
No way to get in touch with anybody. I mean, we had pay phones, but who are you going to call? Like she wasn't at home. So
you got a quarter.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So those were though they were fun. And I met a lot of kids that I grew up with. Our quarterback was a state champion in wrestling. Yank Struby was his name. So, it was fun. I had it. But good times had by all.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun listening to, there are people definitely have grandkids now, that every year that we would run into somebody, like when we were out Christmas shopping or doing whatever, that my dad coached or played for or whatever. And it was always so sweet because, they're fond memories back then. And, I remember working concessions and loading stuff in, spending all the time at McCurdy Field, and just, it was a great time. But I'll tell you this, Dad used to tell us stories over the years about he loved the kids. He would have rather banned every parent from that field than and just have the kids play. But it got so bad that he was just like, I'm not doing any, like parents fighting in the stands, like literal fist fights. I mean, it's like, my God, this is, Frederick youth
little
football.
AJ ain't getting playing time.
Right.
No, I actually had to play for my dad, so I don't know if you've ever been the coach's son. It's the worst possible experience you could possibly have. Somebody would do something on the field stupid, and I'd be on the sideline, and he'd be screaming at me. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm not even on the field, bro, so I can't. But he knew he could scream at me, and other people would hear that what he wanted to actually say to other people. So
yeah. I will say that you'd have to ask my son because I coached him. So you'd have to ask him. But my dad worked. Even when I was playing high school football, I would notice every now and then, because when I played high school, Walkersville didn't have lights, so we had to play our home games were at 1:00 in the afternoon. So we'd be playing, and I would look over into the parking lot, and my dad would be parked there watching the game, like when he had a little break between calls. And so I remember that fondly. And then, I don't know if he was eating a sandwich or whatever. And the next thing I know, he's driving off and the game keeps on going. But And I'll tell you, when my son played mini pony, we're talking mini pony, that's like littler than midget league.
Yeah, before.
Right? Oh gosh, just Dick Ortner was the coach, and they fired him because they were like, "You're not winning. You don't care about winning." And he goes, "They're 7, 8, 9 years old. I don't care. I don't want them to pick up dandelions, and I want to make sure their pants stay up because it's about having fun." And parents just don't get that. And
I'm telling you this now: if you fire a volunteer coach, you even get people to volunteer for an hour, much less a season of, wrangling cats, which is what you do when you do Little League. So anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get to AJ and see what is going on in and around Frederick.
All right. Good morning, Frederick. While you were sleeping, State Senator Karen Lewis Young pre-filed a bill to create a task force studying on how Maryland's school funding handles student population growth. And because state aid is tied to prior year September 30 enrollment, meaning that kids who enroll after the date don't count until the next cycle. She said Frederick County Public Schools has been shorted roughly by about 1,000 students per year because of this cutoff. She's also backing a Frederick County Council request to let county, and here it comes, counties tax data centers based on the value of their equipment via new property tax subclass. The request estimates between $69 and $74 million in potential added revenue. Lewis Young says she's also pushing for multiple transparency bills, public comment rules for community college trustees after the FCC daycare closure blowback, and more disclosure rules for certain senior living communities, and more HOA access to documents, meetings, and records.
So it was Karen Lewis Young, and all I heard was blah, 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 blah.
Got a lot of plans. But the taxing data centers is already on the table to say that everyone's trying to get a piece of the pie.
Everybody's got their hand in that pocket. Everybody wants their piece of that pie. And I'll just say this. It is like a literal watching the seagulls in Ocean City get your Thrasher's fries right now.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this is. And, again, I just was at a thing for Leadership Frederick County. It was Education Day, and we got to hear from FCC Hood, Mount St. Mary's, and FCPS. Cheryl Dyson was there. I mean, their budget is like $1 billion short, just a little short of $1 billion for Frederick County public schools. And they want more. They want more. They want more money. It's never less money. And I just would love transparency on where all the dollars go. I want to know why it just seems to get sucked in at East Street and never filtered out to the teachers and the people that need it to function and do their jobs. And all we hear about, retention, we got to compete with the other counties, we got to do this, I don't see any solutions being put forward other than them crying that we need more money. Money is never the solution. It's like a gambling addict. You can't give them money to get out of debt because you're not solving the problem.
Yeah.
I have asked numerous times, how much money is enough?
Right.
And nobody's ever given me an answer.
Of course.
And then, Dani, you had to go and talk about it. I want some Thrasher fries.
I know, me too.
With some nice, what do you put
vinegar?
on there? Vinegar? Yeah. So,
Yeah, salt and vinegar, man.
Road trip.
Even though Dani hates Ocean City. So even though Minneapolis might be thousands of miles, Frederick police say they're looking to report that an SUV bumped and knocked down a protester on Market Patrick during Sunday's anti-ICE march rally. Witnesses say the person may not have been part of the main group and described the vehicle as possibly a red SUV. Another description suggested it was dark gray. Police said as of Monday there was no formal report filed, no names, no plate number, yet a witness plans to file as a third party on that.
There's a picture of an SUV in the Frederick News Post saying this is the vehicle.
Yeah, with the license plate exposed and everything.
Yes, and I'm going, you don't know if this person and could have gotten hit, could have flopped on the ground. Who knows? I mean, we've all seen people who have pretended to slip and fall at the grocery store so they can make money. Now, this person might have hit somebody, but they were standing in the middle of the road. And I've said this on the air. I've got a problem. If you're going to block traffic, then I've got a problem with you. If you want to protest on the side of the streets, that's fine. You do that all day long. I have no problems. But once you start impeding people's ability to move or to complete whatever, you don't know if that person was going to the hospital. You have no idea whether that person even hit somebody. But
Right.
I feel that it was very poor taste for the Frederick News Post to put that in the paper and saying that's the person. And their headline was sharing a photo of public benefit.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So wait. You're saying that in response to this claim that somebody was hit, they posted that person's vehicle in the
with
paper?
the license plate. With the license plate. Yeah, under the guise of public safety. That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, it's got to be some sort of a law. Yeah, I'm sure you can't do that. But
That's awful.
For somebody unless there's video of that vehicle doing it, then you can't post that.
Even so, you can, because we know what the court of public opinion does. And once people find out who that person is, that it's done. Whether or not it goes to court by a months later and it find out it never really happened and this was a false claim, too late. It's too late.
Yeah.
Terrible. That's terrible. I'm telling you, the FNP should be ashamed of themselves for doing that. That's awful.
Yeah. I mean, I think covering the stories are fine, everything, but I think that was, and they kind of justified it saying, well, this is what everybody said it was. And we kind of went back and forth. And I'm like, I don't know. I would never have done that only because that,
what if you're, God forbid, what if you're wrong?
Innocent?
Yeah. What if you're wrong? What if it wasn't that guy?
Right.
I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. I thought that was so weird when I saw it in the paper this morning.
That is just, I can't even believe it. That's nuts to me.
Yeah. Thought it was crazy.
Yeah.
Potomac Edison says there's an underground power vault explosion. That's what happened at South Market and All Saint Street that knocked out power for about 1,400 customers across roughly 8 blocks of downtown Frederick for about 4 hours Monday night. They say the blast damaged equipment, cables, and more in the vault. Most customers were restored by switching to an alternate power source. Black Hog Barbecue said they were out until 1 a.m. and the city opened up an emergency shelter at Tally Rec Center, but nobody used it. Potomac Edison expects repairs to finish later this week. There's still no word on exactly what happened, but
city burped.
Scary.
Yeah.
I mean, you forget everything that lies underneath of the blacktop in the houses. And, and somebody, as that fire is going down in a manhole, somebody's going down a manhole to fight it. I'm like, yeah. God bless them first responders.
Yeah. And some more news. Vikings wide receiver Jordan Addison, who went to Tuscarora, was arrested once again in Tampa Bay at Seminole Hard Rock early Monday, faces misdemeanor trespassing charge. He was released on $500 bond. Vikings GM and coach said they were just learning the details. He says it's a false arrest claim, but this is the fourth time Jordan Addison has been arrested.
I mean, this has as much to speak about, and I think the NFL tries to help young people, young athletes when they come into the NFL to prepare them for the things, but he obviously is going through some stuff and you just want to see him get on the right path. But you're right, like 4 times is now a pattern, not a mistake. And so again, no accountability, not saying, hey, I take, responsibility for these things that I'm doing and I need help. But to me, it is a cry for help for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of coaches, somebody needs to get a hold of him and just say, hey, look, I mean, we're behind you. This could be a false claim. It could be, when you're somebody who makes millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars a year, and as a high profile person, a lot of times stuff follows him that, doesn't follow a normal person like AJ Randall, Dani, or Bob Miller. It just doesn't happen. But when you're like Jordan Addison, everything you do, even though it could be microscopic, gets blown up big time. So,
you have to be aware of that you just have to conduct yourself in a manner that,
right.
Because people are going to always be looking at things. They're always looking at you. You're always going to be on video, on camera. They're always going to find where you are. And, I just think he's got to figure this out because, to be honest, if he continues down this path, he could lose his career of a lifetime because there are teams that don't want this sort of exposure at all.
Yeah, well, I can tell you when it happens. This is his fourth arrest, although whatever. But it's when your talent level is here and your problem level is here. As soon as the problem level gets a little bit over your talent level, because talent is hard to say no to, which is why a lot of these guys are allowed to do what they do. Bob knows he's a Cowboys fan. It happens a lot to Cowboys. But once that talent and the problems equal or go greater, that's when you say, okay, you can't help this guy. So.
Yeah.
2 words, Dexter Manley.
He never got in trouble while he was playing.
Yeah, he did. That Coke was easy to snort when he was playing. Here's another thing. How cool would it be? This is how my mind thinks. John Harbaugh is the next coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, and Mike Tomlin goes to the Ravens.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. I think Tomlin's done.
Yeah. Were you surprised by that? I was kind of surprised.
No. I think that they forced him out even though they said they didn't. They're like, look, we didn't have a great season. We barely squeaked into the playoffs, and we've got a 150-year-old quarterback who was yelling and screaming that he overthrows somebody, and he was laughing. He outran somebody. Oh, he can't outrun 22-year-olds, that's for sure. So I think they said, it's time for you to go.
Yeah.
We're going to let you go on your own terms, say goodbye, and, kind of like I hope when they tell me that I'm fired, that they'll go, hey, we'll give you a week to say goodbye, and we'll make it like a big deal, but you're out of here.
Not like handing you the box right after your shift. Pack it up. You're done.
Yeah.
Not like handing that letter over that Jim Riley handed me right after I found out I was having another kid.
Yep, time to go.
You're not you're not the last person to go today.
Oh man!
Like it should make you feel any better.
Yeah.
Oh boy! All right. Well, look, I know our first guest is in studio. So
all of our guests are here.
Oh well, very good. Everybody.
Well, I don't know the one, but I love Gretchen.
I know. Love it. All right, Bob, thanks for joining us today. AJ, we're going to leave you to manage things there. I'm going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with some really great stuff.
Who are we coming back with as a guest?
What's that?
Who's the first guest?
Gretchen is the first guest.
Okay, all right.
We'll get her on next.
All right.
Right after this.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves, double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
What makes for a perfect custom engagement ring? Truly understanding the elements that make a ring that's perfect for you. Custom by Colonial. The Colonial Jewelers box. There's just more in it.
Sponsored by Maryland Lottery. Tons of ways to win. Hot scratch-offs like Big Money, where a $5 ticket could net you $50,000, or the $2 Monopoly ticket with a top prize of $10,000. Go to mdlottery.com for all the details. Plus, you can download the app and scan your tickets to see if you're a winner. Must be 18 to play. Please play responsibly. Sponsored by A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business located right here in Frederick, servicing Frederick County and surrounding areas. A&S Construction specialize in roofing and siding, windows and gutters, and they can even build you a new patio or deck. Call 301-703-2157 or email info@ansconstruction.net. You can get $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. Just tell Sandra that Dani sent you.
All right. Looks like they're still getting set up down at the studio. So I'm going to go over a little bit of what's happening in Frederick. And then I'll play, because it's sponsored by Intense Barbecue, whom we absolutely love, and we will get to them right after this. But we got some highlights here. We got Kicking Up a Cure at the Thermont Event Complex. We got line dancing. That's a line dancing fundraiser for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. It is $30. You get a dinner from Thermont Country Kitchen. And you get line dancing from Sharon's School of Dance. And if you've ever wanted to learn the line dances and kind of, get I don't know. I got like 2 left feet all the time. So I never get a chance to do that. So, all right. Looks like Gretchen is in her seat. We'll get back to what's happening in Frederick just after this. Let's bring her on. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I haven't seen you in so long. How are things?
It's good. I'm like busier than a fly being chased by a fly swatter, but I'm good. And even then, not as busy as you.
I love that. I see that, AJ, let me put this on. Some of the, we're going to add that. There we go. Some of your beautiful work. So first, welcome to Good Morning Frederick. I don't think I've had you on at all yet, have I?
No, I've wanted to for a while. And
first time. Yeah. All right. So you actually, first of all, a veteran of our services. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
And you started Gretchen Made It when?
It's been 3.5 years now. So,
wow.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Thank you.
Great. And you do all kinds of things like custom pieces. Let's talk a little bit about why you started Gretchen Made It.
Years long before I was blessed to be a mom, I have 5 grown adult kids who are adulting well in the world, but I had hobbies where I was very crafty, whether it's cross-stitching or quilting or that sort of thing. Life got busy and had to work, didn't have a lot of time for it. And fast forward to the pandemic, everything shut down and kids were becoming adults. To keep myself from going a little bit crazy, I started diving back into those crafts. And then my husband said one day, and I was a bit of a professional crossroads, he's like, you should be doing this as a profession. And he really nagged me in a good way, but really pushed me to take the hobbies and started with just doing like shirts and mugs, tumblers, that sort of thing, to getting my feet wet, getting comfortable in the water, started laser engraving, laser cutting, and it's just been a blessing being able to create a lot of my own designs and also do things for other people with their designs.
Yeah, I love the fact that you continue to expand what you're offering. I know when we first met, I'm trying to get myself all sorted here, but when we first met, you had a few items and you had a couple machines, and then you keep adding different things to customize your pieces. Is that kind of really fun to get to learn a new tool or things that you're doing?
It is, and it's good for me. And we get to a place in life where it's hard to be in a place where you have to learn something new, and do a lot of things I'm comfortable with, which is the design and making the things. And then a lot of things I'm not comfortable with, like maintaining the equipment and learning to problem solve mechanically. Those aren't my gifts, but it's good for me to play with it. And then reaching into my community, whether I'm sponsoring local athletes or connecting with other businesses, connecting with people, whether it's a fundraising project or a profit-making project,
right?
A way to connect with people in a way that I never imagined I could do.
Yeah. So looking on here, I love like the crab mallet you have. It looks like some coasters. I love how you can do some of this work on the spot. So when you're out, I know sometimes you can engrave things for people immediately. I know you've done some really amazing metal key tags and things like that. I know it's hard because you can do virtually anything. And so what are your like number one sellers that you have been producing recently?
The things that I was surprised by, I did my first year at the Great Frederick Fair this year. What surprised me was photo coasters, and I can't see too great off on the edge there, but these little slate coasters I have where I'm able to engrave people's family photos, their pet photos, scenery photos, and it's really beautiful. Or wooden spoons. I have one that's kind of turned around backwards would say, here to stir the pot, or, your opinion isn't part of the recipe. Just these funny little simple things ended up being my top sellers. And then what I thought would sell were some of my designs. I do these like 3-dimensional layer door hangers, and they're intricate and beautiful, but people really love these simple things. And on the business side of things, real estate agents or financial advisors, people that are wanting to do very special gifts, coasters, charcuterie boards. I didn't realize how popular and how meaningful that was to people. Really enjoy doing it. Increasingly, wedding gifts, wedding decor is also really nice there up on the rise. Thanks for showing my things over there.
I know. He's good. He's good. But those are like slate coasters, right?
They are. Yeah. They are slate. Yep.
That's so cool that you can
really nice
right on them.
They make really beautiful gifts, and they're a nice price point for a lot of people. There's a winery out of, I believe it's Myersville, 6 Wickets. When I was blessed to meet them at a networking thing, and they've ordered a couple of times coasters, and those types of things have been a nice way that I personally am doing every single one.
Right.
So when you say Gretchen made it, Gretchen really did make it.
I love it. I love it. It's just really, really cool. And again, sometimes those custom gifts, while not terribly expensive, have more meaning than, buying things that you didn't take the time to figure out how to customize and all of that. So can people just get you obviously images and all of that and brainstorm ideas with you?
Yeah. The best way to reach me right now is you can text message me. It's 301-370-6432.
All right, wait. 371 301
370-6432.
I'm gonna add that to the stream so people can see it. Okay.
And on social media, Instagram, Facebook, at Gretchen Made It. No spaces in between anything.
Okay.
You reach out to me there. You see great samples of my work. And Dani, this has been a big catalyst, me coming on here, because I had procrastinated getting my store up because it's a little overwhelming when you have a lot of products and a lot of dimensions to put in. But now I have to make myself a little kick in the pants to
I know it's okay though. Look, it's a lot when you're running a business and you have a family and a husband who's also busy. It's hard to keep up with everything. And so I know you just try to get out there and do what you can when you can. But we've got you. Oh, I spelled your name wrong. Wait, that was my fault, Gretchen. I am trying to type and talk at the same time.
That's okay.
Here we go, Gretchen. You're great. That's what I put in there, Gretchen. But I think that, and I have your phone number up as well, so people can screenshot that if they want to reach out to you for some really.
You know what? It's funny. I gave you guys my husband's phone number.
Oh, great.
That is hilarious.
Well, call Elon and ask for him. All right, what's your phone number?
240-888-7213.
7213.
Yeah, and my husband Elon is much more comfortable in this sort of situation than I am.
Yes, he is. He is.
So
yeah. Well, you may see Gretchen out supporting all the great stuff her husband does, but it's great for you to shine as well, my friend. And I think that some of this stuff is, like I said, it's just beautiful. You've done a great job keeping things rolling and, adding new products, adding new things that you can do. And now I know also, can people have you at their function to
absolutely
see, I think that's really cool. That's a really nice thing for if you want to do kind of an upscale event and give people a customized piece. This is great for, again, like a real estate agent doing a big showing or having a big event for a corporate function. Nothing better than allowing your guests to get something customized or at a wedding and things like that. So,
when it comes to fundraising, especially being able to do things, I'm wearing a shirt right now, stand up and show you, like one of our local businesses, Groundswell Mixed Martial Arts.
Yeah.
Great,
I love them.
Lovely friends of mine. Able to make all their shirts, be at their event for their MMA fight, post on the back of these shirt I'm wearing now, all of the other company sponsors and fit them in and support that way. But when it comes to engraving on site, really good for your pet fundraisers or other things like that. I can come on in and, engraving pet tags or drinkware. Some of your small items, usually when I'm doing on-site engraving, it's going to be about a 4-inch. Almost everything there, if not everything that you see over there, is something I did on my small engraver, or I did some of these full color things. You can't see great, but these mugs, I do those at home. But I'd love to connect with people, how I can do something on site, support you personally, your business. And I dubbed myself, my hashtag is your Etsy alternative. At least for right now, I've opted out of Etsy so that I can do other things. So with the fees that Etsy charges, I'm able to give discounts to my veteran and first responder businesses, and dive into things that are more meaningful to me with those fees that Etsy would get. Doesn't mean I won't ever go on Etsy, but at this point, I just didn't feel that's a good fit for what I want to do.
Yeah. Well, I think there's plenty of opportunity locally right here. And while, having a storefront is amazing and all of that, it just, when you're a small business, I think sometimes focusing right here at home is easier to maintain, easier to grow. And we want to keep getting you out there. Well, I appreciate you coming in today. It's good to see you virtually, of course, but we got your right phone number on the screen. We've got your handle on social media. Gretchen Made It. You can find her on the socials and reach out to her if you've got some gifts that you need to get, and you just want to elevate it again just a bit. It's not even elevating the cost. You're just kind of giving somebody something that you've taken a little time to come up with a cool idea. These are great, and I love those slate coasters. I just think that they are phenomenal. You did a great job.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're coming back with Ann and Amy, talk about the Red Horse Fundraiser that's coming up this weekend at the Woodsboro American Legion. Hang tight. We'll be right back.
At Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic, we understand how pain can hold you back. We're here to understand what you're going through. For a limited time, you can schedule your first visit for just $50. Give us a call and mention Good Morning Frederick, and let's get you feeling better.
All right. We're going to get Gretchen outside to sign our window of fame, our celebrity window, while the ladies are getting in their spot. All right. Let me just see if I've got something else we can. She's picking her colors. She's getting her stuff together. Let me just do this real quick while they are still
Sponsored by Intense Barbecue. Family-owned barbecue food truck and catering company cooking in small batches to ensure that the food is the freshest it can be. Intense Barbecue can cater your events, and they do any kind of food. It doesn't have to be barbecue. Find them at SEBBQ.com and satisfy your meat tooth.
All right, we got Gretchen out on Market Street, and she's going to find a spot. There we go. Like I said, veteran-owned, woman-owned business. We love supporting small business and makers who are just making some really cool stuff. And I do think that there is a lot of opportunity for businesses of all sizes. Oh, she's so adorable. So adorable. All right. We're going to give AJ an opportunity to get back inside, and our next two guests are getting themselves settled. I know it's very chaotic because this is how I was by myself the other day, moving things around. And I think we're pretty good. All right. I'm just gonna drop this in here. We've got, I'm gonna guess, Red Horse. I'm just changing the names here because our captions don't work that way. All right, he's got everybody set up. All right, good morning, ladies. How are you today?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, and good morning, Frederick.
Good morning. Good morning. All right, so Amy, which one's Amy?
Hi.
Okay, and we've got Ann.
I'm Ann.
Okay, excellent. First of all, I want to thank you guys for stepping up with this fundraiser that you guys are having on Sunday for the Red Horse staff and the business. And I think you and your husband were kind of key on getting this started at the Legion, and I was able to talk with you a little bit on the phone. We have a mutual friend, John Boogie Signs, told me to reach out to you. Yep. So tell me kind of how this all came about.
Well, not only my husband and I are very involved with the Woodsboro Legion, and Don and Celeste, actually two of the employees at the Red Horse, are members of our Legion as well. And that's kind of what we're in place for, is to take care of our members. And plus, I work in the industry, and so does Amy. So that gives us that feel for knowing what it's like when we've been there. You live tip night to tip night sometimes. So yeah, we wanted to do everything we could for them.
Yeah. And look, I mean, I think, I've seen some of the comments on social media like, well, there's insurance. And while there may be the employees who counted on that to continue to work, to pay their bills, that's not going to come to them if ever.
And it's, I think all of us in the industry can remember waking up the day after they shut down the restaurants at COVID and just feeling that panic. And it's like, how am I going to buy groceries? How am I going to put gas in my car? And, January and February is a very slow time in the restaurant industry. So it's not like there's a lot of restaurants, hiring right now. So they have a little bit of an uphill battle.
Yeah, for sure. And to be honest, with the extensive damage, I mean, they could be displaced for a year. I mean, we saw what happened with China Garden
That was a long
because of the
time.
slow pace of insurance and getting that sort of thing going and finally getting those monies, and then just the design and rebuild and all of that. And it's heartbreaking because there's a fairly new owner at the Red Horse as well. So I'm sure they're trying to figure out what to do too. So tell us a little bit about what's happening on Sunday, Anne, and give us a rundown of what people can expect.
Well, the first Sunday after the fire, Slipback was supposed to be the band there. That's where another place where we've come together is we hang out there on Sundays for Sunday Fun Days. It's the band comes in and plays for a couple hours. Everybody still gets home at a decent time. It was great food. They had half price appetizers in there. And so we wanted to kind of look out for the band as well. So we talked to Johnny Boogie at first of all about like, oh, let's try and just get together and still support the band and hang out. And then hanging out just kind of snowballed, but yet organized itself because we had so many people offering to help and things like that. Yeah. So why not make it a thing?
Yeah. Yeah, look, I think that, again, when things kind of come about organically like that, and to be honest, for Johnny, like you, if he says, well, let's get a few people together, that means a few hundred, because I think Frederick loves him as much as you and I do, and he's so talented, and the bands he plays in are so fun. So what better way to spend a Sunday afternoon? So we'll have some light affair. We'll have light snacky foods. And then we also got the Pita King food truck is going to be there for us. Joe. He's amazing.
Yes, they're amazing.
Yeah, their menu looks great. I haven't tried them yet, but it looks great.
Oh, his crab egg rolls to die for.
So good.
Oh, amazing. Oh, we're definitely going to come up and get some food too. That's great. All right. So, so when people come on Sunday, it's from 4 to 7?
3 to 7.
3 to 7.
3 to 7. 3 o'clock things kick off. There'll be live music there. And then is there an admission to get in? Donations? What's happening?
What we're going to do is we're not charging an admission to get in, but at the door we will have envelopes and little cards there. And then we'll have a drop bucket over next to the bar so that people can give how they'd like to give. And you can put write them a little note of encouragement or things like that to put in with your donation and then drop it in the box.
And then we've also had some generous donations from local businesses. So we're going to be doing raffles and a 50-50 raffle. And
some items will be auctioned.
Also importantly, we just hope that people come together and give them a hug and say, we will be with you through this. We look forward to you reopening. Just a day of camaraderie.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one thing Frederick is really great about is wrapping its arms around our community when people are suffering. And that's one thing I love about being here. How many employees were at the Red Horse? Do you know?
I think it's 19.
Okay.
And a good majority of them have been there 10 plus years.
Yeah.
It is their family home. So that's what really touched me is, a bunch of the employees came to the bar that I work at the Tuesday night after the fire. And to see them all come together and just hold each other up, it was so touching for me. But also just to see that look of panic on their face, like, what's next? It's like, not only are they dealing with the financial worry, but it's like their second home.
It's a fear of the unknown.
Of course.
In these smaller mom and pop restaurants, I feel like we become a family.
Absolutely.
And when we hang out at each other's establishments, that just kind of makes our family that much bigger.
Yeah, going to the Red Horse, on a night off was like going to my favorite cousin's house.
Yeah, no, totally understand. And look, I mean, if any of us went to work one day and then it was closed the next day forever or for a long term, all of us would be in the same position. Many of us can't go without having an income for a week, much less months. So and we know it's a tough time again, like you said, that to find something even temporarily. And the one thing I love about the Red Horse, and this has been true since I was a kid, that the employees there stay forever. Like it is not the high turnover of some other restaurants where you have people who've only been there minutes. Like these people have been there for decades. And It says a lot about Don and the ownership, about maintaining what was always so great about the Red Horse, and then bringing the Red Horse, closer to time with updates and things that they just did not that long ago, which is heartbreaking. That they
were getting a younger crowd back in for their events. They were doing fundraisers. They had a beautiful Mother's Day brunch where they brought all the mamas together and fed us good and then gave us some live music. Yeah. They were really just bringing their name back up in the community.
Yeah. All right. So Woodsboro American Legion is kind of just off Main Street, kind of behind Woodsboro Bank and Trout's, right?
Correct.
So up on the hill.
Yep.
When you see the big hill, go up.
Yep. That's our nickname for it, is up on the hill.
Yeah, I love it. I've not been in there, but it looks amazing. It has a beautiful picture window out the one side. I've been down at Woodsboro Bank before, and it looks amazing.
One of my favorite things about the Legion up there is the view. When you're standing outside, you can see over the town of Woodsboro and the little hills and mountains across the way. It's beautiful in the fall too.
Yeah. And that's a family too. And like I said, that's why was no hesitation on coming together and offering the space and all of that to help take care of the Red Horse employees.
I mean, and that too, that's absolutely what I love about this town. And of course, organizations like the Legion and, it just stepping up again. This is all about just supporting people who are feeling a little bit discombobulated, really. And so, okay, I've got the information on the screen. It is a day of giving back this Sunday, 3 to 7 at the Woodsboro American Legion upstairs. And the address is 101 West Elizabeth Street. But like I say, if you're on Main Street and you see Woodsboro Bank and Trout's, it's right behind up the hill. There'll be a cash-only bar. Don't bring your cash with you. Participate as much as you possibly can. Look, we don't, we want everybody to be responsible with their own money too, but come enjoy some live music, camaraderie, and like you said, just give a hug to the employees of the Red Horse, and I know that they shall shine again. Hopefully it doesn't take too long.
And we're going to have some fun bands there that day. Milton J is going to do a duo acoustic set or a local reggae rock band. And then you're going to have the Long Boogie combo, which I always enjoy with Freddie Long and Johnny. And then we're going to close out the night with some good old-fashioned rock and roll with Slipback. So
I love it.
No set times. Please drop in when you can. Come support.
And a lot of the local businesses have stepped up and given us things to create gift baskets and gift cards and things like that for us to use at our auction or raffle, whichever one we feel it be necessary for that. But we've had a tremendous outpour of items, just that, that each one of those things will help raise money as well.
Oh, that's
we're overwhelmed. I was picking up something the other day, and once again, I found myself in my car, just shedding tears at just the outpouring of support in this beautiful community.
Yeah. Well done. Look, I know these things kind of come together organically, but it does take people kind of getting it all in order. And, I've done events for a long time. I think this is going to be hugely successful. And what a great way to step up and help members of our community. We really appreciate everything you guys are doing.
Thank you so much for having us and giving us this platform.
Absolutely. Yep. We really appreciate you having us on. Thank you so much.
Oh, I love you guys. I'll see you Sunday for sure.
Please.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
We're going to take a quick break. They're going to sign our window of fame because they came on Good Morning Frederick. And then we're going to finish up with what is happening in Frederick. So, along with the fundraiser on Sunday, there's other great events here in Frederick. We're going to get to those right after this. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
All right, we're going to watch as they head on out and sign the window of fame, but I'm going to give you your highlighted events as well because we're coming up to the top of the hour. But Amy and Ann are doing great stuff to help the team at the Red Horse. And again, like I say, I understand there is insurance and all that good stuff, but that is not paid out right away, as you know. And of course, they can file for unemployment and all of those things. There they go. I love it. But again, it's not going to happen right away. So if you want to have a good time and maybe have a couple of dollars to throw in the bucket, I encourage you to go. All right. February 4th, African Americans of Excellence program and kickoff to the online auction, 6 to 8 p.m. Grab your tickets at weinbergcenter.org. March 14th, get your team together for Blessings in a Backpack's Race to Feed event. I think it's the 5th annual. I never even heard of this event before. So there you go. It's at Hood College. March 30th, we kick off the countywide egg hunt for adults, of course. 300 eggs hidden around Frederick County. And May 15th to the 16th is the Relay for Life of Frederick County with the American Cancer Society at FCC. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is your deadline. If you have a girl who is a junior in high school right now, anywhere in the state of Maryland, or maybe you know of one, she should register for Distinguished Young Women. Now, her registration does not mean she is committed, but read more about this event and register today, because if you want to participate, which means you're going to get free scholarships. And by the way, this is a completely free program to participate in and not a huge time suck. Go back and watch the interview I did with Nicole Orr, and she will tell you it is prioritize the young woman with school and family and extracurriculars and jobs, and then Distinguished Young Women. So they get it. They get it that these kids are busy. But if you want a possibility to get a great scholarship for free, costs you nothing but a little bit of your time, distinguishedYW.org. 7 p.m. tomorrow, Art at Night at the Carroll at Delaplane Arts Center. On the 16th, there is Dueling Pianos at Benstown. That's Thursday. No cover charge or anything. Just go have a good time. On the 17th, the Myersville Indoor Market is at Myersville Volunteer Fire and Rescue. That's from 8:30 to 11:30. Then at 3, you can visit the Artist Talk and Reception at Frederick Arts Council. 7 o'clock, there is karaoke at 10 Tavern, and that's in Emmitsburg. And January 18th, it is a day of giving back, what we just talked about, the fundraiser for the Red Horse at the Woodsboro American Legion. Again, free to attend. Bring a couple of dollars to drop in the buckets for the employees of the Red Horse. Coming up soon, January 19th, there's a special needs trust presentation at the Parent Resource Center. If you are anybody who works with families with special needs kids, adults, young people, this may be very, very good for you to attend. Check out the Parent Resource Center on social media for details on that. The 20th, it is at 10 o'clock, the coffee mug swap at Federated Charities. You bring one, you get a new one. At 1:30, it is the first of several town halls for the Senior Center feedback through Frederick County Department of Aging and Independence. You can check out that website that I have on screen for all of the other dates, and all the dates and times, including virtual, are on our Everything Frederick calendar. January 27th, there's a Creative Hive happy hour at McClintock from 5 to 7. The 31st is Kicking Up a Cure. And don't forget, February 7th is Fire and Ice. First Saturday in downtown Frederick. And you know, it is the biggest one that is hosted all year long. So don't miss it. You can be downtown starting at 11 a.m. all the way through to at least 11 p.m., depending if you want to head down there. Fire and Ice, one of the greatest. I think it's the best first Saturday we have all year long. All right. Want to thank you so much for joining us today. Remember, Good Morning Frederick streams every weekday morning at 9 a.m. You can watch anytime on YouTube, though. I encourage you to go to YouTube and use our search function and type in some local businesses or watch some of our older episodes, because a lot of people. This is show 445. I think I have interviewed probably close to 900 people in a year and a half, and a lot of great content you may not know about. So also very excited to launch Shop Frederick Live. That is going to come live to you very soon in February. Looking for some local makers right now who want to be featured. So if you know of anybody who makes anything cool, have them come my way. Please share, like, and comment when you get the chance. Appreciate you guys. Have an amazing day. Let's get out there. Let's be great.
Sponsored by Fusion Car Wash. Now with 2 locations in Frederick to serve you. One on Spectrum Drive near the FSK Mall, which is a full-service location. And TJ Drive with self-serve vacuums. Download the free Fusion Car Wash app and sign up for a monthly membership. And you can keep all your cars clean daily. FusionCarWash.com.